Alright, here we go. Final set of reinforcements are starting soon, but I'm gonna end the... Shoot, did I mean to have Dart and Geitz do anything? I may have. No, I can't remember. Well, it'll just have to be what it is. Luckily, they all decided to attack Farina for some reason. Is this what I mean also about them really loving to attack when they can't get counter kills? Oh, actually, I guess they're fine. Huh, I don't remember. Well, speed doesn't hurt. They don't want to attack her directly, because she could counterattack and kill them. And she can dodge them and it doesn't use her for a weapon. They'll do the same thing to Heath, even though they can't damage him with javelins and could damage him with spears. So, they work really well to block the door. You can see the map screwed up a little there. I guess I put those guys at not quite the right coordinates. The thing is, though, we've entered the final... Actually, these must still be the Cavaliers. Yeah, the normal ones, because I think they appeared on enemy face, yeah. Getting down the wire here, so I may as well actually have Lyn attack. You know, normally I don't to conserve the Lance Reaver, but at this point I'm like, you know, might as well just go for it. Did that guy not attack her last turn, or did he just... Oh, he must be the newly spawned one. I was like, how the hell did he magically switch to his other weapon? Okay. So, is there anyone who needs healing urgently? No, so I'm actually going to pop over and heal Carla, just in case I need her at some point. Get rid of him. Are these guys going to come down and kill Ken if he tries to do anything useful? I'm going to have Ken actually pull back a little. Just, you know, doesn't hurt to have someone in front of the door. Oh, I forgot she can't kill him in one hit. Oh, well. So he'll get a counter. That's fine. So, here are the final reinforcements. You can see the map is going berserk. And you can also see that they spawned indoors down at the bottom. That's sort of... Where they spawn is sort of chancy. The thing is that they go to a specific coordinate. And if there's already somebody there, you can see that mercenary spawning and they've got Lancer. The top gets tough. It gets tough. But anyway, at the bottom, if there's already somebody at the coordinate, they'll just kind of be shuffled to an open space. So it can happen that they end up inside, which can get tricky. I think it's kind of neat, honestly. I mean, I think it's interesting as sort of thing that can happen, I guess. It's not good because of this, but it's interesting. Yeah. So you can see how enemy, and you know, that's also why you don't want to let those guys just clog up the place too much, but also I guess I should have moved them back to create room, because that can lead to dudes spawning inside because they clog up. I'm just going to have these two pulled back at this point, or at least I'll have her. Yeah. And Raven may as well get in on the fun. Why not? Basically, everybody needs... I'm having Carla head this way. Having some issues up here, obvi, but luckily I did bring the Sword Reaver, and in order to keep him from getting killed next turn, I'll just take it out of his hands, and then Geitz will use the Vulnerary. The problem is the dude's gonna... I mean, you know, they keep spawning, right? They never stop. The short spears, those are dangerous. You want to look out for them. Good, I was relying on that to hit. More defense, my god, that was a good level. We may be in trouble. I don't think I planned for this quite well enough. Nino. How about Louise? Quickly shoot that dude. Ah, that was good. Nino. Maybe I'm better off having Nino kill this chappy here. This chappy face. Can Ellawood do it? No, not fast enough. But Nino has a bit of an edge magic-wise. I may just have to go back and redo this because didn't plan it particularly well, And now the door is being guarded by Nino, which is... Oh, right, but these reinforcements come every 2 turns. That's right. I did that specifically because I kept dying, because I couldn't manage them in 1 turn. That's why I did that. Okay. Well, good, because everybody needs a goddamn heal now. Okay. Priscilla needs to get the hell over here and fix Furina, because she's dying. What should I do? What's the most productive thing I can do? Concerned with the Mercer. I may actually... Dart's gonna mosey right on over here and stand in a bush. Because Priscilla can block the gate on her own. Lance Reaver Dude is still a concern re-fighting Furina. Ken can at least kill 1 dude. So that we have less to deal with. More speed. This guy can get indoors, but there's nobody particularly can attack because I'm moving Carla anyway. And we might as well kill these dudes right in front of us. Nice. And hopefully next turn the dudes, there'll be enough space that they don't spawn indoors. And over here, yeah, we're blocking the forts. We're blocking the forts because I'm like, good lordy. I think it may actually be this one and this one. I can't check off right at this second. But you know, Louisa's the long, not quite long enough. So yeah, we're just gonna take the strategy of block the hell out of those forts. Because that will make us less likely to die. That's really the reasoning. And I don't think the spoos are gonna spawn and get over here quickly enough, so she may as well try and help out with the ballista. There's no reason not to. Good, they didn't get indoors this time. He's a little more dodgy. This could get really bad. Thank goodness Kent got actually pretty fast. Yeah, that speed he got, you know, over to... Sometimes he turns out really slow, and this time he didn't, luckily. Those short spears are no joke. Wow, we just got lucky a lot of times. I should have realized that Kent... It was going to be a little dangerous leaving him outdoors. Oh good, it is just these 2 fortresses. Then I'm going to send Hector back to fight with those guys, and Raven can stay here. And Nino... can't quite attack from there, so I'll leave Ellawood there because I think Nino will be a little more useful in the long run. I guess what you can see here is that I think this chapter is tough. The first few turns, there's sort of... The way it ended up happening, kind of... Originally, the end was a lot. I attacked him because he has a short spear, so I figured getting rid of him would be good, even though he can't hit land anyway. But, so the reason... Originally, the end, these reinforcements came every turn from 15 to the last turn, and when they came on every turn, I could not do it. I died a lot. And so I nerfed a little. Because I was just like, you know, at this point I think it's gotten too tough. But, and I think you can see that it's still pretty tough. Or at least it is for me. Maybe I'm just overestimating how tough it is. But, you can see I'm leaving the gate open here, kind of. That's because at this point, everyone else is really clustered far away. And the Peg Knights are spawning close enough that I think we'll be, you know, we don't have to defend it quite as strenuously. I'm actually going to have her attack with her own short spear so she can one-shot. So, I think the chapter's tough, but towards the end, like the last few turns, if you kind of have things set, like definitely up through turn 7, it's tough and there's a big rush, but right, you know, if you get to turn 10, you'll kind of have settled into a good rhythm where you've got things working, kind of, you know, and when you do that, you know, at that point, you basically can kind of, as long as you can keep it up, and just stay, you know, keep up with your healing, stay on top of it, you can really keep it going. And, I mean, I guess I hope that the chapter doesn't seem boring just because it does kind of, you know, you can get to a point where you're in rhythm and you're just kind of doing it. I kind of like that about it, that if you know, it is sort of insane at first, but you can get it to a point where it's reasonable. And then you're like, okay, yeah, I can handle this. But then it kind of gets tough right again at the end. You're like, shit, turn 15 reinforcements. But then you kind of get them worked out. So I think it has kind of a nice ebb and flow in points. And I do like that even though you continue having to keep pace right up till the end, like the reinforcements keep spawning, you know, you can see here that I've done really well. Right at the end here, we're pretty much, you know, we block the ones on the right, the rest of them, we're going to kill them all probably. But that's partly because I did all of the extra grinding. You know, I honestly, my guys are, if you look at our list of levels right now, video may, it's only about 10 minutes so far, you know, ranging from, the lowest is 8, Carlos not really involved, the rest of them are all 10 or better. I grinded on all those extra chapters and showed them off to you, and we ended up with these, you know, fantastico levels. So, that did make it a bit easier, but you still saw that in spite of the fact that I had those extra levels, I did die a lot. So you can imagine that if you don't get them, it's even tougher. And of course, I also have sitting next to me a list of all the reinforcements and where and when they spawn. And I've played this chapter a lot of times. We never kill these two guys, just because, depending on where you move, as long as you don't go up here, they can't hit you. I'm just going to put them up there, because that way, if you do go up there, they'll hit you. And, you know, it's something to be up there, I guess. Hell, Priscilla could probably kill this guy, maybe, if she wanted. You never really have a chance to get over there, but so you can see that this is actually the first time I've ever managed to clear the map like this. It's also coincidentally, perhaps not coincidentally, the first time I've ever played this hack through getting the extra turns of reinforcements and to level grind with in the earlier chapters. But I do think, you know, once you get to turn 19, if you've made it that far, it kind of, I think that, you know, kind of the first couple turns, it's not so bad, then it gets bad in the middle, then it kind of peters out, but I kind of like that. I think it has kind of a good pace. So I do find it challenging, but I don't find it murderously bad. And the first turn can be, like, the first 1 or 2 turns can be a little chancy, like it gets a little luck-based, but I think since it is the first 1 or 2 turns, it's not too aggravating. You know, like, it'll happen or it won't, and then you won't have much to redo. Once you get past that, you're fine. You know, it's not so bad. I mean, luck is still a factor. It always is in Fire Emblem, but not to the same extreme degree. And if you know where to put your dudes. So, I think it works well as a defense chapter in which you can't just wander the map killing everything. You actually do kind of have to keep defending and make sure your guys are in the right place and make sure the right people are fighting the right groups. And I think it does kind of make you pay attention to it throughout the whole thing. Like, you can't kind of just, you know, ignore it. I don't know, some people might think it's boring because it's kind of like, oh, you have to manage it, but I think it's kind of entertaining, at least. I enjoy that aspect of it. So I actually, this level, of all the levels, I think this one came out really well in terms of doing what I intended it to. And I really enjoy playing it. Since no one else has ever played it but me, I don't know if this is true of others, but I at least was happy that I was able to get the design across. So now you're going to see the big old cutscene. And actually I'm going to stop the video here so I can do the cutscene in the next one. Just so, you know, it's not quite so long. This one isn't that long yet. But hey, so next time we win the chapter. Heck yes. Did so much better this time than I've literally ever done before. That's kind of nice. You know, with the run I'm actually videoing, I didn't do such a terrible job. And yet look at all the times I still died. This lets you imagine how bad I am usually.